greatest ideals, the greatest love that we can have for ourselves. All true knowledge comes from within man, and for you to know the Almighty wants now to be one again with the people, because the people are the Almighty. Thina bantu ithina uNkulunkulu masisihlangane kanje sithandana siphathene kahle. Wayisonta likho la eBhayibhelini yawazi lokho. There's no church in the Bible. Inside of everything good, there's also something not so good. Inside of everything not so good, there's the most perfect thing in the world. Because in everything there is God. Today, we are going to make a new covenant with the Almighty. And this covenant is a promise to all men. Wonke umuntu emhlabeni unale lento athenjiswe yona. Yazi uma uthenjisiwe kufana nokuthi you have been put custodianship of something greater than you. You have been given this beautiful thing that you must attain to make it perfect. And this beautiful thing, when it is perfect, is the promise that the Almighty has made with all of us. It is those promises of goodwill. It is those promises of faith, trust, love, hope, integrity, tranquility. In essence, peace. Ukuthula phakathi komzimba. Ukuthula phakathi kwenhliziyo. Ukuthula la emhlabeni, which is the house of the Most High. These three aspects of the temple of the Most High, since umzimba womuntu is the temple of the Most High symbol. Is the temple of the Most High. The house or the temple of King David, which was built by Solomon, and the tents which were built by Aaron, or Moses. Those tents were divided into three, just like I have explained. And these houses house then all these aspects as well that I have explained. If hope, if love, if faith is in the heart, then it is in the space in which all men can come into. But the space in which peace is in the mind, is the space in which the mind is the house or the abode of the Almighty. In this covenant, I just want to explain this. These houses, the two houses, the house of Israel and the house of Judah, or Jambas, the house of Judah, right? Bonke abahlukana no Jambas, then make up Israel. And this new covenant, just as there was a covenant which was made no Kokobe to Noma or Kokoba La. Or Moses or Kokoba. Moses and them are their ancestors. When we read this book, when they talk about their ancestors, they're talking about the ancestors on these pages here. Right? So, into Abakhaliphi and then they broke those laws. You said, your ancestors had a promise for you when you were born, when your mother and father became one, when body and spirit, which is Almighty, became one. Right? There was Exactly. Right? These then are all the things that should be great. The presence of the Almighty in your heart, as also discard. Right? The greatest ideals, the greatest love that we can have for ourselves in our. So we have all those promises because we are born, we live. We have then broken those promises. Never, you are sleeping. You will not get these promises. Because by ear you shall receive. And those with the ear shall listen. Well, when we break our own hearts with the things that we do, we are then breaking the promises that we were given to us by the Almighty in the days of our forefathers. When you were young, you wanted to be this beautiful thing. But by the time you've already turned back from all that is then the broken oaths that our ancestors administered to God. But now, the Almighty wants now to be one again with the people, because the people are the Almighty. Because that is when you then see the actions, or you see if God has mercy, you see it in how I treat you. If God is peaceful, you see in how I treat you. If God is benevolent, you see it in how I treat you. Right? And at that time when these promises were made, our ancestors, or their ancestors, were taken out of the land of Egypt, the land of slavery, the land of bondage to the world, where we toil for no beneficial reasons, where we put ourselves through sufferings. We put ourselves through toil for no apparent reason. We put ourselves through shame, we put ourselves through anguish, we put ourselves through the state of fear, which is the land of Egypt. So our ancestors made a promise with the Almighty, and he who brought the promises to the people, the high priest, brought the people out of the land of bondage. And today is the time when the house of Judah, or Jambas, or Lisa, we make a new covenant with them, we the sons of God. For in the Son is the Father, and the Father is in the Son. Cannot separate them. Now, Jambas must be one with the Almighty, because Jambas is Almighty and Almighty is Jambas. And this covenant, which was broken in that time, it was broken we broke those promises to the Almighty when we broke that love and connection. Because then we said the love and connection is how we see that the Almighty actually works. So, now these houses must become one. And when they become one, the mind will embody these laws of the Almighty. And when you embody these laws of the Almighty, like that little one there who still does not know what we know, the laws of the Almighty are also written in their heart. And that's why we must be born again, to return to the space of purity, like that little one over there. Right? And when you know that something is yours, mawazi ukuthi into ngeyakho, uwazi ukuthi futhi wena ungeyayo, angeke ukhohlwe futhi. As the Almighty then says, from this day forth I shall be thy God, and you shall be my people. You will know in your heart and have confidence. No one can take that confidence away from you. How are you? How are you? Okay. I didn't read you. Now, in our hearts, we will know and have the confidence that love is God. In our minds, when we receive and we digest and we meditate this thing that we have heard, if it is not of the truth, mangabe ayithi uNkulunkulu la emadlebeni izokhala la uyiseke uyikhuluma uthi hayi ngifuna into ezimhlanganisa nayo. uNkulunkulu yiloko kuhle engazifisela nokhokho nabo bangifisela bona kwahlangana kwayo. There is nothing that beats the connection or the unity of what is physical and what is non-physical. Ayikho into edlula into that has umongo, essence, umongo, the anchor, the essence of life and the essence of something, the essence of this life. You smell it. If something is dying, is rotting, you smell it. If something is beautiful, is sweet, you smell it. The essence of life, and that which goes to the nose goes straight to the head. Right? Just like the incense. Be like the incense that fills your whole body with peace. Just as what Almighty then fills our whole body. This whole world is then filled with peace, and nothing else can come in. Namhlanje umsebenzi loyo la umuntu athathwa phakathi kwabantu ayenziwe alien. Yazi isingisi siqala sikhuluma kahle futhi. Isingisi sithi alien into engaseyala. Mangabe uzophuma ubuye usungasafani nathi. Hayi. Akusipela. Kodwa mawuza nalento ehlali khona ekade ikhona la, that which was already here, because you cannot leave the Almighty here, or you cannot find the Almighty in the church. Almighty, you probably left it at home, where you were supposed to garner a good foundation for peace. Right? Why is not that you Bible? There's no church in the Bible. All the temples in the Bible are places where the Hawaiians are massive. Moses, others, your Aaronic, your Levites, they administered the spiritual lives of the Jews. As much as all the other houses have their own values or virtues that they must impart unto their people. All of these 12 tribes all have one particular mission and one particular goal to get to, which is Almighty. But then people have taken this Almighty and have put them up there. You know? And that's where the first problem is. That is when we broke that covenant with the Almighty. Because if we say the Almighty is in heaven, He's not with us. We said He's in heaven. Unless if you regard your body as heaven, which very few people do. Right? If you say God is in heaven, then you have separated yourself. Then you are below Him. And we read that what is below God is not even like us. It's even lower than the animals. It's below God. So it's even below this earth because we are here. And because we walk on top of the earth, we are walking in the air, constantly in heaven. Right? I was asking the Spirit, what does it mean? Or where does the sky start and where does heaven start? I was shown heaven is here with us. It's here. The sky is what's above us. But it is not what's important in the sky. It's what's important here, because we are here. And if inside man there is God, then it means that, and they say God lives in heaven, there's no other place that God can be than walking with us here on earth. This heaven, which is above the earth, here. None of us have ever lived underground, unless then if you've lived underground. But how do we live underground? How do we separate ourselves from Sipilala? From here, going down. Or taking this really? From this
From the family.
from a value A. In the lower recesses of human existence, you are living. Iy'lwane ziphelela la zona ukuphila. Nawe uma uphelele uphila ngokwesibalo. Right? It's the making of babies, which is natural. You know, like you say, we must feel the earth as you do the waters. To make babies, even animals make babies. To eat, even animals eat. To have fear, even animals have fear, or this great feeling inside of them. Right? We must live above these places, because these places bind us to the earth. Can only make babies here, because we have to feel people here. But siyakwazi ukuthi masiphila la in these regions, asiyakwazi ukufika la, and we make stupid mistakes. We fill the earth with equations to solve. We fill the earth with equations to solve when we make children from this point here. Because children must be made from this point here. State of peace, state of joy, state of love. Right? And when we then rise to commune with love, to enter into the temple, to have an engagement with God, we are living with raised above over. Lenhliziyo lena nathi ngokuyisithi phakathi kwayo wathi ngifanele naba ukuthi ngizomvukela amasengcweti uNkulunkulu lo masengcweti ngizophuma mina ngigcwale in the whole body and be one with you. But for now, put me in that box where I'm not ready. The key, you will get it and you will see it because already it is inside of you. You then, out of finding this space of love, you then profess this love. You bear testimony of the love of God or the love of self. Because if we say that we are the sons of God and God is our Father, and in the Father there's the Son, and the Son is in the Father, then we are. Know ye not that ye are gods? Ukusuka from the testifying of peace, testifying of love. Ngoba into esenhliziyweni yomuntu uyizwa lapho emlomeni wakhe. They say the tongue is sharper than any mighty sword. What wena lento le oyibhodle ngenhliziyo yakho mawuyikhuluma ifike ishaye wena. This thing that is mightier than the sword, a sword can harm me. Sticks and stones may break my bones. This sword, a physical sword, can kill me. The words that you point towards me kill you. That's why it's mightier than the sword. But then it can also inspire you. It's mightier than the sword because the sword can only kill. It has what we call the union of body and spirit. It can also inspire the word. And the word was with him all the time when he created it and spread the word out. And everything that was created out of a word. Love. And then there was light. Here, you see now. Oh, things are not what they seem. Not everything that glitters is gold. That even the sun can blind you if you are looking at it the wrong way. Because the light is in everything. The light is in everyone. But ngakubheka ujahile yabo ngakubheka snacks yabo ukuthi ngibhekile in different ways ngibheka ujahile ngakubheka snacks ngaphutha ngakubheka phansi ngaze ngafika phezulu angikubheka la. Because all true knowledge comes from within man, and for you to know ukuthi umuntu unjani nekubona inhliziyo yakhe akutshengisa inhliziyo yakhe ekutshengiseni abanye abantu inhliziyo yabo nawe bakutshengise ezakho inhliziyo. That is the space in which we are in peace, because all of us will profess and testify the same love that we all seek. After the word there was light, and from there after there you will know, you will live it, you will be it, you will be crowned with a crown of gold. You will be crowned with a crown of gold, and that crown is not the crown that was forged by hands, like the crowns of mortal kings. That crown is a crown that was forged by the hands of God, the hands of love. All the things that you have done, all the things that you have imparted unto others, they will come back and become virtues of that nobility to you. Lende sithi abantu bazobona usela ukuthi hey lo wena uJuda noma uMuslim wena uyifalela nami nje. When you are that should be, when you are in a space of peace, it's self-luminary. Yeah, sure. You do not need to share it with your mouth. You don't even need to testify it. It's in how you carry yourself. And he, with the crown, bears the heaviest load, right? Heavy is the head that bears the crown. And the crown needs you to be upright, lest it falls. So, when we rise to become like insida, this roof, this shelter. You become the house of the Almighty. So when the pastor, yeah, but the pastor causes the roof. So when I get one, and I'm not going to add you pastor, it's a dome on top. We were smart. The union of body and spirit, of brains and brawn. That is why the woman is the most divine creature in the whole universe, because of the spirit that flows ever strong within her. And the strength of the man that comes from the earth must be pulled up, which is that will that you must pull up goodness and righteousness out of yourselves at all times. Ledlulela uNkulunkulu njengoba siyakhile sesakhe yonke into sakha yonke into sekumele manje shanyeleke manje. Shanyeleke manje singene esibayeni sintelela phansi. And what we are doing is then creating a space where there is nothing that can come in here. What you are doing is you are disinfecting also the home. You are disinfecting. Now we're not going to put it as a physical, because all things physical have a spiritual aspect of it. As much as you come in, you are disinfecting the physical home. What the Lord is saying, because of the essence that ublong is the physical aspect of it. The spiritual aspect of it is in God, the ankh. And this ankh works, its energy, it's scientific. We disinfect also on a spiritual aspect. We disinfect like in Epomasishi, Susa, Bongo, Pakat, Wilkaya, Ogmati, and that is why We sleep there. We never slept in the air. Ngihlala ngisho lethu engaze abantu abahlala phezulu kwama-50 story. Balala kanjani? Njengoba balala emoyeni kanje. Thina sijwayele lokhu ukulala la. Because we spend all the time here, and that which is here must come down to ground itself. If I said, if there's anything from here that must fix here, it will be fixed at the point where of grounding. So when we sleep, and there's that essence, anything that can disturb that state of peace, that temporal sleep, is also helped or is alleviated inside of the home. So now this home now needs paint. And the Almighty can only stay in a house of gold. Only with the clean hands and a pure heart can one enter the kingdom of the Almighty. And if your hands are dirty, you will see first on the paint. And the things come, and then you come in and go, they came with dirty hands into the house of the Almighty. Just as we, because we are children until the end of time, our hands and our hearts leave an imprint. Izenzo zethu, our intentions, is viso zethu noma intention. No, so that's the word. A lot of words spinning around that and choose from them. Also, your intention, the intention of your heart. So let the words of my mouth and the meditation, intention of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, oh Father. That's it. So let what I do with my hands every day in my life, what I live, let it be acceptable. And everything when I did it, let it also be acceptable. So there are people who are loud but I don't know, but when you look at him, he's just a good guy. He pretends to be a good guy. People will not see it. Quiet. They are not testifying this truth, this love that is inside of them. And those people, in most cases, do not open up to be one with the truth that is in all things. Because you have chosen it. And you know, when you do something repeatedly and no one will ever tell you good does not even need professing, it does not even need testimony, is what we are living. But because me so the truth shall be written in their hearts. We will know it when we see it. And the holy apparel, that when we come in, they shall see us by our holy apparel, and we are of the Almighty, is not the white clothes. It's not the gold scarves, it's not the blue and white in the churches, it's not the green and blue, green and what, orange and pink. It's not that. The garments, this dress that houses the Almighty. Because the Almighty is the one that's inside of this. You consume part what? You know, but the Almighty will fill it. And we must be like that. We must be like those symbols of goodwill and good faith, which fill us. We don't even get hungry. We don't have a hunger. And hunger is doubt. Because once you are doubting, you look elsewhere. You have a full plate here, but you want this other plate too. Or, hey, in the book they call it covetousness. You have a full plate here. It's too full even for you to finish alone. Because nothing in the world is for man and one. We all have this full plate. I take one bite, the plate takes one bite, comes back for the rest of eternity. That's why we've always had the same trees growing since the trees started to grow. It's that same plate, that first plate. You say, oh, okay, I'm going to put here food for the people. And that food has never disappeared. So those must be his goodwill, love, faith, integrity, right? And it's going to fill us from Uboyanga to a man my size, you know, to Abba. To that age which has been grown. Oh, the reason why the Uganje, ngiyakhumbula ngisasengaka bathi ungagijimi uzoba. Ngawo. Mase ngidala bathe, nokathe. Usibheke ungagijimi uzoba. Kodwa akusase ilokhu gijima kuwe. Remember, the children are like animals. I'm sorry to say that, fathers. The children are like animals. We were all once animals. Some still are, right? And when we run, we fall and hurt ourselves. Physical play. When they run and they fall, they hurt their hearts.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, rush. You understand? So, from that age is a physical existence. Right? To this age, it's a matter of understanding. I need to start to understand certain things, but I have teachings to draw back from. And if I do not listen, and because our hearts pump the most blood, we'll call it next year. So I'm a psychologist, so I'm a doctor, then you get or in the matured ages, the ages of the high priests, right? You had this when you do not go and don't look. Dementia, Tourette syndrome, because balance comes from this part of the brain, the cerebellum, the cerebral cortex, and is responsible for equilibrium. Right? And if now, so we catch so I was only Maulimana ulimalala. Maulimana usalimala ulimalela jelingane. Your Tourette syndromes, your stress and depressions and all these things happen here. And when they do happen, they hurt us. And this hurt is one which is unquenchable, is uncurable. If uNkulunkulu uhlezi kahle, yingani wena nje? If uNkulunkulu uhlezi kahle phakathi kwakho, why ungakwazi ukukhuluma lento ephakathi kwakho kahle nomuntu ophile kahle? That was the most amazing thing, the most mind-blowing. We are going to go to Kesha. Ulimela.
Instead of to keep it amagama sebhayibhelini.
Angithi ile into imazile. Uzokhipha lento imazile. If in my age, people my age, or people of the age I used to be, because I'm a son of God, I'm immortal. People of the age of this body, when they hurt, you hear what they say. So when you are hurt, either here or here or here, in that my oh, okay, in case you're so but it's also good right? So when you bleed that which hurt you. So that if there is someone like a high priest who is able to put it together and put it into the cup, that holy grail, you understand? To pick up all the pieces now of all the things you have been saying, tell about Amatapazela. Because inside of everything good, there's also something not so good. Inside of everything not so good, there's the most perfect thing in the world. Because in everything there is God. And once we learn to then fix these things which have hurt us, or be one with the understanding of why we were hurt by them, we will then have a chalice with the blood of Christ. That when we say, we will become one with Christ, one with understanding, one with consciousness of all things within you, and even the things outside of you. Because if we are God, whatever we see with our eyes is inside the body of God. And whatever is inside you will also be outside you. So if you see goodness inside your heart, you will eventually see goodness outside.
Sinful.